All right, we're going to play Space Quest 6. I have an SC-55 emulator running. Let's just start a new game.
The Star Confederation has reached its decision.
I want to skip the intro.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize.
As we join our hero, Roger Wilco, he has just been transported to the surface of Polysorbate 60 to enjoy a little shore leave. Apparently, there was a minor glitch in the process. Well, at least you got here with all your important parts. Your hands, your mouth, and your stomach.
Oh, great. Real wonderful. Nice beam job, you metallic piece of scrap. Jeez, this is snug. Real snug. You know, it actually makes me feel kind of good. I remember when I used to wear my mom's... well, never mind. No time for nostalgia. I've got a serious extraction problem to work out first.
You'll reach... That's an interesting... You'd think, if indeed you did, that a guy with the skin quality of a pachyderm wouldn't have a problem with this climate. Hey, that one looks familiar. It lacks a bit in the stature department, though. Bootlicker appears to be open for business. The Cyclops Club? Your reach is... Don't...
Thank you, my good man. Yikes, I hope everything came out with me.
Yes, you actually left a... Upon grabbing the ID card, you notice the picture on it is of a rather homely-looking alien type. Guess everyone can't be as fortunate as you.
Hi there.
Howdy there, partner. The name's Paul. Paul Conshohocker. Yeah, it's my name. I'm the proprietor of this here establishment here. Now, anything I can sell you, why, you just let me know. But if you steal anything, I'll be forced to kind of kill you. Welcome.
That sounds fair.
A stack of papers lay unattended on the floor. Apparently, Pa doesn't get in a big hurry to put stuff away. The headline reads, Lindbergh baby kidnapped. A camera covers every square centimeter around the clerk just for security measures. It's amazing what kinds of crimes people will commit to get some of Pa's special stock. This little flesh wad looks familiar. You wonder what he's doing here. Must have been a victim of the telecommunications wars. The shelves of this interesting establishment hold just about every kind of swill a buzz junkie could want. Of course, whether or not you would survive this stuff is another question. Were it working this device, it, as noted on its top, would supply ice. interesting magazines like This Old Planetoid and the Babes of Polysorbate occupy this space. I'll keep some of the more expensive stuff back here, like Jurassic Dark, Raymond E. Feisterbrow, and Samuel Douglas Adams. The drawer is Pa's way of transferring things from his side to your side, and vice versa. The imported stuff, like Sapernel, your mouth waters at the wine coolers, especially this wild Roddenberry-flavored stuff. Then again, a nice... These cans of Heinleineken. These appear to be bottles of Alan Dean Foster's Draft Ale, but it's hard to tell because the labels are so faint. They must have been printed in draft mode. It's just some green... This little... You drool in that... Your words cause
Crud. It looks like I still...
This is the interior of bootlicker, in keeping with... The flaming barrels remind you of the good old days, kicking back in the sandy outback of Corona, roasting Grell burgers over a lit rocket nozzle. Life was so simple then, but then so are you. Apparently, some things don't change. The street's a little bit cleaner here. It does have that peculiar burn crater just under the traffic signal. Another Orion's Belt franchise. That's one place you have yet to be banished from. I'll bet that's the finest neon sculpture on the whole corner. This door doesn't appear to have been used in quite some time. With the exception of the strip here, this place is nigh on to being a ghost town. Ah, an arcade. You haven't been in an arcade in at least a sequel or two. How cute. It has a really big replica of a coin slot. It's one of those new Kodak mobile photo booths. I heard they were beta testing those. A mechanical traffic light diligently maintains control over the nearly non-existent traffic in the area. The pilot of this craft employed a truly creative parking technique. By the looks of it, they'd been a patron of Orion's Belt immediately prior to executing this fine parking job. The street's a little bit sweet scent. This guy looks friendly now. Now there's an interesting sounding business name. You wonder what they sell. Some wise sap close. This guy looks like a verdict. A very odd fixture occupies a good portion of this corner. Its purpose is irrelevant, as it seems to be the victim of a lack of maintenance and some sort of clinging mineral-like deposit, which have been laid down in several arch-shaped patterns. A sensible person would be afraid to find out what this caps off. That being the case, I'll take the liberty of telling you that it's something you don't want to mess with. This part of town is almost as the skyline is anything but beautiful. Flames burn off the gases that can't be contained in the short-sighted dumping facilities. If you weren't so simple-minded, you might actually be depressed by the sight. But then, it's not your planet, so why should you care? It's the Do Beam Inn, but I'm sure they accept pedestrians also. The door hinges aren't exactly overheated from a steady flow of eager patrons.
Those two look like people my mom warned me about. I think I should avoid them. Now, there's an establishment still in operation. With this climate, it's no wonder that people might need to track down replacement parts for even the most organic of the population. I wonder if, nah. Never mind.
Yikes! Can it be? Why, yes it is. It's Fester Blatz, former owner and proprietor of Fester's World of Wonders, a cheesy little tourist trap on the desert planetoid of Fleabot. The t-shirt looks, and unfortunately smells, like the same one he wore on Fleabot. He has the expression of someone enjoying a permanent wedgie. He has aged somewhat. Looks like he's grown a few more neck rings. These last few years have been rough on him. From what you remember of him, he used to be kind of an aqua blue. Now he looks like a used lug liner, or the color of a Vorillion miner's loogie.
Yeah, this is the only place on the planet to get a good lobe piercing, I tell ya. And even though we don't have to, we do use only Lorshan quality body part piercing products. Less chance of pus buildup and drainage that way. That stuff tends to dull the erythrium coating on the hardware. Them syringes you can use with lidocaine if you got some. Sometimes you gotta give old Butch a jump start right at first.
Now you know what happened to the infamous R2 line of droids. They've been reduced to carrying out the most trivial of tasks. Fester's using one for a Gen Blood blender. How sad. The R2 line of droids seemed like the hottest thing going in their day. Then they found that one little flaw in the programming. Unfortunately, the princess's personal life will never be quite the same. So this is where old Fester ended up after the total collapse of the never-thriving tourist trade on that sandy planetoid Fleabot. He seems to know how to land on his feet, no matter how fungally challenged they may be.
Yeah, sometimes when you do a lot of cranial work, you gotta replace the
The drawers seem to be crammed with Mahdi's plug-in modification implants and the various adapters necessary to make them work universally. Fester has quite a collection of these, which is surprising. The sale of those things was banned years ago. Wow, an Apple II Plus running biorhythms. You thought IBM had rounded all those up and landfilled them decades ago, back when Apple started the push to open home computing to the public, making... Wow, an Apple II Plus running biorhythms.
Brain-dead products have been a staple of the home-built being hobbyist for decades now. They make a fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component swapping. Means you'll be able to pick up parts anywhere other beings exist. Nice deal, huh? They also make a pretty fine Mahdi. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid, or spouse for that matter, is in? Why, you just slap in one of those babies and bingo! You can modify them into a whole new attitude. Find a wife type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that. Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for them. It's one of them loopholes, guess you could say. Kind of developed a hobby of collecting the suckers.
This one's labeled fresh. By the looks of things around here, fresh is a very relative term. That bores me. Not much good. That bores...
Oh, that one there's a beaut. Has a dang airbag built right in. Great for when your beast's motor skills just aren't up to par. Oh, they were designed during the days of warp drive testing. They didn't always pick clean courses to test run in them days, and there would be an occasional warp speed asteroid strike, which of course resulted in a seriously non-graceful deceleration, you might say.
It hurt. What can be... Good night. Good night, Mr. Feldman, wherever you are. So this is where old
Howdy, stranger. The name's Blatz. Fester Blatz. Welcome to Implants and Stuff. Go ahead. Have a look around at some of the most interesting replacement body components this lovely planetoid has to offer.
Oh, a nice fresh sales pitch.
As cool as it would be. That's an interest. Let's not. She says, scrum. Let's not. Those are some interesting looking dudes. Must be a couple of real losers since they seem to be dateless. Of course, that won't be a problem for you once word gets around that you've hit the planet. Can you believe he actually thinks that? Nice place. Ah, this place still has those old-style ray projection infomercial viewers. What rubes. At some time in a life that might have existed eons ago, these ghosts of flora past might have been called plants. At some time in a life that... Nice place. Those are some interesting... Can you believe he actually... That's the manager of this little slice of heaven. He looks like he's an expert on energy conservation. Mainly his. The desk, while mimicking some control console look, serves as not much more than a place for the desk clerk to rest his heavily bunioned hind feet. Nice place. Nice place. He seems to be ignoring you. You give the bell a pass with your hand. The manager doesn't exactly spring to life in response, but he does stir a bit and grant you a segment of one eye.
Excuse me. I'd like a room, please.
Really? I mean, really? Well, I think we got one or two for a couple of $100 buckazoids a night. In advance, you understand.
I believe I have a prepaid reservation provided me by StarCon.
I got no reservations from any StarCon. I got no reservations, period. I do a cash business. You want a room, cough out the buckazoids.
So that's, 200. Well, okay.
200? Don't you listen, son? I said 300. That's 300 a night. And I don't include any weird pets. Them's extra.
I could have sworn you said...
You calling me a liar? I don't need no guff from the likes of you. This is the finest lodging on the planet, son. If you don't like the prices, you can just take your sorry, pinkish carcass out of here.
Well, 300? Okay, but give me your finest room then.
The finest room. Yeah, right. You got it, buckaroo. Best in the house. Coming right up. Pay up, and we're in business.
It says, if you have a buckazoid, give a buckazoid. If you need a buckazoid, take a buckazoid. Not too surprisingly, it's empty. Nice place. Nice place. It wouldn't be prudent. That's not recommended. That'll either... That's not...
Hey, where you going, son?
Don't... It's one of those new Kodak mobile photo... It's unmoved by... The guy looks like he could really...
Hello, Mr. Bouncer?
He pays very little attention. The interesting parking technique employed by the pilot of this... The planet's persistent drizzle of water... It would appear that once again, Vice is a bit more profitable than most business ventures. This place is almost too hip for the planet. But then, that's no mean feat, given what a total heap this place appears to be. Impressed by his own perceived magnificence, this wannabe babe magnet stands and just radiates cool. Looks like this big furry dude is laying out his best Orlanian pickup lines for the Ice Queen. It appears she's not fielding any of them. So this is where Sinead O'Connor's been hanging out. A quick look indicates that the bartender is physically well-balanced and adroit. A good combination for this profession. The shirt would further indicate that he has the mentality for it. Yikes! I'll bet even old Fester Blatz hasn't seen one of these. This is the main floor of the Swank Lounge, Orion's Belt. This seems to be where things... You recognize the uniform of the Fistal Hemisphere Alliance. Unlike that popular trunk-bearing pachyderm on that planet Earth, this guy seems to actually be drinking through his trunk. That means he's drinking through his nose. Yuck. What a boss blender. Gee, sure could use a no-pest strip. Can't you see he's working the room here? He's expecting a babe Your word.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, let me say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good ASMR.
You know what?
No one here is it. You get a jump on. You drool. Your words cause everything to become... I wouldn't risk... Yep, it's the fourth guy in line for the restroom. It's one of several people... This guy... Now there's an interesting look. What can be said that isn't painfully obvious? That she'll look better come closing time. That's delightful. Gee, an empty booth. These guys are a nicely matched set. They seem to be amusing each other to a very high degree. A waitron hovers about, tray in claw, tending to the upstairs clientele. It makes decent tips, especially for a synthetic being. This guy looks like he just got back from Cybernam. Wow, this sucker makes even you... These nitro suckers come in all types. They're all drawing on the hoses. Amazingly, they don't freeze. They just glaze over for a few moments while the others laugh. This one has a tattoo which says, I love Lula. The walls up here main... You start to say something and then you remember that, in this case, he ignores you. If you're going... It's too... He, or whatever it... You aren't certain, but it's quite... You get a jump.
Gee, she looks pretty busy.
They're just some no-deposit empties. I don't know what comes down here, but these definitely have some sort of deposit. It's just your run-of-the-mill basement floor. It keeps you from slipping to the center of the planet. Guess it's doing its job. They're just some no-deposit empties. I don't know what comes down here, but these definite cartons of really boring stuff. They're just some cartons of really a lone bare light bulb. It's a rat. You found your way to the not so I wonder if they're just some you summon don't that wouldn't it wouldn't be don't they're just some don't you some that would it fe don't it would that would cartons of really boring kegs of Watney's Red Dog. It feel don't that wouldn't use that It's last year's hot arcade punch-em-up, more dull combat 2. This rough, tough cream puff is positively myrtleizing that machine. That's one hefty teenager. Must be from the Mariposa planetoid. What can be said that isn't? You are... This little purple being is kicking Fanny on this game. He's built up an audience. Isn't it funny how the wimpiest little nerds are always... nothing personal. This little purple being... Interesting head for... Guess that means you'll be... This humongous expensive game is an all-time favorite. You have to duplicate famous gourmet dishes while piloting vintage combat aircraft against the Nazi menace. It's called Secret Recipes of the Luftwaffe. An overhead screen advertises a new kiddie-level arcade game in which you walk around Calcutta trying to match the right body part with the leper who lost it. It's called Mixed Up Mother Teresa. Look, it's the hot new game, Stooge Fighter 3. It's supposed to be the goriest, most violent arcade game since Disemboweling for Dollars.
So this is Stooge Fighter 3. Doesn't look so tough to me.
Say, partner, care to indulge in a friendly game? By the way, the name...
A mistake.
Well, it's darn fine to meet you, Rock.
Not now.
It feels slightly gritty. That wouldn't... That's delightful. Don't touch that. That bore... That...
Let's get ready to rumble!
guy. Oh, a wise guy. See that? Get that. See that? Get that. See that? Get that.
Twilly Joe wins. Rumble.
It feels like... Don't use... That wouldn't prove... That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
It can be A, B, up, down. He's kicking my trash, dude.
Oh, a wise guy. See that? Get that.
Twilly Joe wins the match. He ordered you.
Now that's an interesting... Look, it's the hot new game. You summon the ability. It feels like... Your word.
What can I...
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from... Okay, you got...
What?
Hey there, guy, come on. Hey. What can I... Okay, you... What can I... Okay.
That's an interest...
Oh, he's making something?
As with some other tables, a large tank marked liquid nitrogen sits beneath the center. It... Do you have a death... Do you have a death wish? Do you have a... Hey, don't... E, or you get a jump. You aren't certain. In this case, I... G and... G and... As with some other tables, a large tank marked liquid nitrogen sits beneath the center. It feeds the hookah manifold above. A set of hoses are within reach for each being which might be perched there. You can tell by the serious nature of their laughter that they're real impressed by your fake. You can tell by... It would appear that as cool... It would... That would... Use some... That would... It's the alien ID you snagged from that rust... It would appear... It's on one. I wouldn't risk talking to one of these. Look! Look! Now that's Now that's...
What?
Gosh, Mr. Joe.
It wouldn't.
Well, book. You're just supposed to lose?
Let's get ready to rumble! Big Mo wins. Rumble. Big Mo wins the match. He ordered you.
Wow, man. I guess I got real lucky. Or maybe you were holding back on me. Wanna play?
I've thought it over.
Great!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, a white guy. Oh, a white guy. Oh, a white guy. See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that.
Twilly Joe wins. Unblemished victory. Rumble.
See that? Hit that. Oh, a white guy. Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy.
Quilly Joe wins the match. Choice victory. He moited you.
Hey, this guy's good.
Yeah, like I.
Sorry. You pop a coin in the slot and climb on in.
All right, I'm looking pretty good. Fire away. There's got to be an optics problem with that machine. I look partially digested.
They ate him? Okay, well.
Good thing you didn't opt for that second set of prints after all. Guess that guy won't be filing any complaints with the Portable Business Association. You quite cleverly paste your picture over the old one on the ID card.
No.
A Wheatron hovers about. A Wheatron. The booths contain some of them.
Gee,
You hear them say, geez, our skimmer's double hovered. We gotta run. You snag the 4 hoses. Never know when you're going to meet that special lady. It probably seemed like a... The druggies are gone. The druggies are... It's too...
What am I supposed to do with that? I'm looking up a walkthrough.
Carefully untangle
Oh,
the
what?
massive hookah hoses and then rehook the hoses to create one long hose. It reminds you of Christmas time back home when you enjoyed untangling the Christmas lights and saying to yourself, I get so much satisfaction from cleaning and straightening. One day, I'll be the best janitor ever. Well, at least one part of that dream came true. You are a janitor. You rehook the hoses to create one long one. You get fingerprint. Excellent guess. That's an excellent guess, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent. It would have.
There's an open conduit?
The booths can. A few chairs stand in. The walls up here. The walls up. The second floor of the nightclub does. The walls up. The walls up. A tret. A waitron. A few chairs. Wow. The walls up.
It says there's an open conduit?
The walls up here maintain this.
Oh, there it is.
This con.
That's nice. Very small.
The canister snaps neatly into the conduit opening.
Hey there, guy. Come on now. Hey.
I'm looking for a guy in a trench coat, huh? There's a lot of guys in trench coats. Oh.
It's one of those.
Hey,
He ignores. He's too far.
That guy looks suspicious.
He's too far away. He's too far away or doesn't care. He's too. Here's he.
hey,
I wonder if you... Nah, what was I thinking?
hey.
Buddy, maybe you can help me out. I'm trying to track down this Ender Droid. I'm an Ender Droid runner. I know it don't look so hot, but I'm in disguise, you know?
In disguise? Yeah, you do look disguised. I just don't know what like. Hey, here's a tip. Think seriously about a flea dip.
I could really use your help getting this one. I've had a hell of a time tracking him down. You've gotta help me. Tell you what, if you can find and immobilize this bionic beer opener, it's worth 50 buckazoids to you. What do you say to that? I've scoured this dung heap. I haven't seen synthetic hide nor hair of him. All that's left to check is that bar. I'd go in there myself, you see, but I've had a little misunderstanding with the management. No biggie. I'm sure it'll blow over soon. Anyway, can you help me out? What do you say? 50 buckazoids. And if you don't mind me saying it, you look like you could use it. So how about it?
Well, I don't know. What's this Endodroid thing look like? And why do you want it?
Well, he's about your height, only maybe a few inches higher. And I'd say about your weight, give or take 60 pounds or so. But then that's just probably because of that stuff he's made of. Kind of a liquid metal thing, but that's not important. He's got a crew cut, and I think he was wearing a long, dark coat. Has a strange accent.
But why do you want him?
Oh, he made some people mad.
How?
Oh, I guess he sort of jumped out of his program and kind of killed and/or mangled a score or so of co-workers and, more importantly, management personnel. A big no-no.
No big deal. I just gotta take him in for analysis and processing. It could help pull me out of my, unfortunate cash flow situation. And most importantly, it can mean 50 buckets. Well, I could use the... Great. You won't regret it. You're gonna need this data quarter. It's been modified to only be sensitive to certain unique components like droidium, something only an Endrodroid would be composed of. This'll help you root them out. Good luck. Thanks. I gotta go check in with the Home Office.
This is the data quarter you... This is the faceplate of the data quarter. During normal operation, the faceplate is closed. It should only be opened to repair, replace, or reconfigure the internal components. This button scrolls the information on the data quarter's LC. This is the face. The reconfigure button will reset the internal chips, plates, and IRKs to standard data quarter setup. Use this button if you...
Whoa. What is it? World War I veteran? Droidium, huh?
You missed! Ha! Your skin...
What? It's like walking right next to me. Okay, so I go in here. Save. The door's shut.
That wouldn't... You summon the... That's the door to the basement. Well, that wasn't too bad for a borderline physical specimen. Nah, you...
Okay.
Wow, you really did it. Not exactly the subtlest of entry techniques, but effective.
You go now, and I don't rearrange your organs.
Oh, he did.
Great improve.
Well, I'm not going to say he told you so.
There, that's a great improvement.
Well, I'm not going to say... In this galaxy, it's a fairly heavy and solid piece of pipe. Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit. Excellent guess, Kreskin.
Ah, so you're with Polly.
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I got just the thing for you guys.
Make me a double uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck line, and I...
Okay, come on.
Oh, that's just fine.
All right, now we go in the freezer.
Hey, that nitro's coming out through this conduit. Better shut the tank off before...
Oh wait, what?
Pick at it. Don't pick at... Your organic makeup.
Hey, buddy.
An interesting arrangement of conduits. It's solid. The hookah hose is now... You pick up the loose end. It's solid. You pinch yourself to... You summon... You pick up... An interesting arrangement of conduits creates an all... This is the main... That wouldn't... It would... Don't... You pick...
Oh. Wait a minute. So if I load it.
Ah, so you...
What have you got?
Well, I got...
Make me...
Oh.
Oh.
Yo! Yeah. This one doesn't... With a flick of your very supple wrist, you pull the conduit loose from below the valve. Oops! Try the... The hookah... You complete the connect... Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit.
Frosta la Kista, baby.
Wow, it worked! This dude's in a... It probably... Cool, laying a solid... You quite cleverly whisk the cubed culprit into your dust... Very good. He'll be much more transport...
Put him in the freezer.
You can't open the... And mess up... You can't open the refrigeration unit with the hose... And mess up your... And mess up... The bartender is... Nitro begins to flow through... You snag a buckazoid off the Waitron. How cool you are. The Nitros... Rat! It appears that the bar...
What have you...
Well, I got...
Oh. Here's your cubed compadre. Where's my 50 buckazoids?
No bull. You really...
Yeah, I really got them.
Tell you what. I'll pay you when they pay me.
No, I need the money now. Or I let the guy thaw right here, right now.
No, just a minute. You don't want to do that. Hold on. Here, you happy? I'll just be taking that tray.
Hold it right there, pal. You don't want to go in there. Trust me, it's not a pretty sight. But then, neither...
No, can it be? It is. It's Elmo Pug.
Hey! Say, you look familiar. Didn't I kick your butt in a huge robot once?
Oh, yeah, that. I hope to forget that. It was the beginning of my undoing. I was a laughing stock around the company in the final days of Scum's.
Hey!
I hope you're here to remit your portion of the business arrangement. We need to put this thing to bed. Otherwise...
It probably seemed like... Boy, it...
Hey!
Get out of my face!
Your word...
Hey!
Get out of my...
I'd like a bottle of your cold...
Well, so you're interested in the good stuff, eh? I'll just take that 20. Thank you. I haven't sold much of this stuff lately.
It's that cold Saurian brandy Elmo wanted. Yuck! It has a... Don't mess with...
Yes! I mean, Mr. Wilco, I'm most pleased you've chosen to do business with us. You're just in time, too. I have another party on his way interested in the same item. Oh, well, his loss. Well, I'll take that off your hands. Now, per our agreement, here's your cheat sheet. I'm certain you'll find the game much more interesting now. Also, you look like you could use this fish. Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. I have a real important business in another part of town. Be seeing ya. Oh, by the way, I'd appreciate if you'd...
It's the Stooge Fighter 3 cheat sheet you got from Elmo.
To guarantee a win, the cheat sheet says, when at the choice screen, press the machine's letter buttons in the following order: A, B, B, A, C, A, C, A. Then, be aggressive and attack as much as possible using your new secret weapon.
Okay. Sounds like I can pull on his finger. Let's try it. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, got him. Seriously.
Hi, Mr. Jerkwad. How about another game?
You know, kid, I'd really like to.
What's the matter? Afraid of me?
Well said.
Hold on
on there, you little puke.
Jerkwad is a scaredy cat.
All right, you little wad of spit. Let's play. I'll waste you. Tell you what. Let's make it.
Not now. Hi, Mr. What?
Well,
Oh,
Jerk.
Oh, this is gonna be
I'm sorry. I don't think I heard you.
too late, Tub.
I knew that.
Abba Kaka is the code.
Let's get ready to
Would cheat.
See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that. Oh, no. See that? Hit that.
Quelly Joe wins. You moitered him. Rumble.
See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that.
Quelly Joe wins the match. Unblemished victory.
How lucky can a guy get? That was pure luck.
Where's my money?
Here. Now, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce, you little lump of phlegm. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my temper, and all that's gonna be left of you is teeth and toenails.
Well, I got the money. So, should I go get my hotel room now?
it would appear that that's an excellent guess, Crest.
Your 300 Buckazoids rip off.
Okay, son, you just scribble your old Bill Shatner on the register screen and I'll get your key.
You have a brief moment of what you decide to wittily sign the name Franzel Neekberm.
Okay, here's your key card. Don't lose it. Room 12. Up the elevator. Franzel Neekberm. If I had a Buckazoid for every time I'd seen that name, I'd be sitting pretty. I could afford one of those fancy fur-lined donut thingies. But anyway, enjoy your stay.
Gee, thanks. Say, could you tell me where...
I'm a real busy guy, son. You got any questions, why don't you just go find the Chamber of Commerce and talk to them. I'm sure they'll...
As cool...
It's a cat. Tyrell Corp.
A sign in the hazy distance indicates the presence. Can't read that one, but it does look like something you once read in a fortune cookie. The window offers you a prime view of the baby spew brown skyline of Polysorbate 60. It's the hotel's nuts. Maybe they're supposed to look that way, but this plant looks like it was not. They look more like cell. Just as you are about to insert the key card so you can go inside and check out your new digs, you notice those two goony-looking dudes from the lobby walking in your direction at a rather deliberate pace. Perhaps they're going to welcome you to the place or show you where the ice...
Hey there, pal. Got a second? Me and my friend here was wondering something.
Fire away. What did you want to know?
Well, we was wondering if you'd have any objection to us pounding you senseless. Grab 'em and let's get moving. I gotta report in soon. You puny little scumbag. I can't believe anyone would want you. One thing's for sure. You sure ain't gonna be seeing your home son ever again. Hey, Nigel, let's get back to it, huh? We got things to do and places to go. Now, just sit there and be still and be quiet, little man. I've got some things to finish before I finish you.
Due to the planetary location of this unit, it can't keep a steady picture for very long. And as is universally known, the local cable company will get around to fixing it at their convenience. And who knows, you might get lucky and get another shopping channel or country western station in the process. Clever! They're using an old video cable spool as a table. Gee, don't let any colleague... Clever. Clever. You have no idea where this place is. It's the key ring that... It's one of those wads of lard. Surprisingly, it's a pile of books. It's the popular pin-up alien Krill McPherson. Just watch that McPherson. How groovy. They've got a neon sign for... It's Kathy Meyerland, an attractive model with gills from one of those stinky swamps. It's Cindy Crawfish, a beautiful merwoman and spokes... This symbol is all the rage among teenagers in the quadrant. None of the adults knows what it means, but it's shorthand for no sign of life. It's a short pile polystyrene rod. You have no idea where this place is, but it's nice to see that grunge has finally hit the interior decorating industry. A beautiful thick shag carpet of pelvis. They ripped off an alien crossing.
Hey, what the fu... I don't want to see you move another inch or I'm gonna slice you in a nice...
Even though you may not realize it now, you don't see any way. You are now a proud nail owner. Good thinking. The nail proves to be just what you needed to free yourself from those handcuffs. Don't get all excited, Little Red Riding Hood. You aren't out of those woods yet. It looks like a plug receptor.
Oh, was I supposed to get some brain part?
You don't see any way of... do you want to do? Give it. Don't even bother looking in your pocket. Don't even bother looking in your... It's that static latent...
Static, huh? Lay it down.
You carefully lay the rug on the floor, even though you were never known for your interior... Your body is now carrying a nice static charge. Wow, the static energy you built up discharged, frying Lard Boy's circuitry. Did you actually think of that, or was it just luck? It does nothing until... It does nothing. It does no... The room seems... Either that or someone... Smooth move. It's apparently programmed to be...
Well, well, well. You have to ask it, well.
What?
A massive subspace neurotransmitter fills the desk. But you already know. It's the one called Nigel. This controller controls the control.
Jeez, is this guy a
This box is full of daddies. Daddies are modules which, when inserted into intercrane... The cart warning to Fennel. This appears to be some sort of control. You rummage around in the box to look for something useful. The room seems to be... You poke around and look for something. The room seems... There is nothing wrong with the subspace neurotransmitter controller. Do not attempt to adjust the controller. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change your mind to a soft blur. You've never been a big... You poke and prod a Mahdi labeled churlish. Being intrigued by the word, you glom it. Incidentally, you might want to look up the word churlish before you do anything stupid.
What does the word churlish mean?
That's the churlish Mahdi.
It's the one called night. It's the one... As cool as it would be to enter, it would have... As... That... Boy, wouldn't it... Boy... This optical disc... bait... You won't be... That wouldn't... That's... Don't touch... You don't see... You now possess the mod... Her skin... Don't pick at it, you'll... It wouldn't... Don't... This is the... This button... As... This circuit board is... It's a circuit board. This is the subspace emitter plate. This is the Repentium. This is the Tachyon transmitter plate. Captain, these are IRK switches. Only one switch for each sensor array may be on at any time. And only one IRK switch of each number 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 may be on at any time. It's a circuit board. As cool. The room's either. That's don't. The room is. That wouldn't. Surprisingly, this optical. The room seems to be either that or. You have no idea where this button ejects whatever CD is in the machine. This optical disc-based multimedia it's called a 3DO. Way too disgusting. You're reasonable. It's apparent. What do you want to do, Gip? What do you want to do? That's done. The room seems to be either that or you don't.
Oh.
There seems to be a...
They're really using every pixel on this one, huh?
Through the CD, a multimedia phone book.
What?
Don't pick the outpost. Successful people managing MF-DOS for it. The room seems to be during Z discovering how to become a son. This might be worth checking out. It feels you should have paid attention.
Oh my goodness. What does this say? Okay. Some copy protection or something. Eyes. Hands. Open.
This
Array A, plate RF, spin, IRK9, B is TT, and Den and 7, C is PS, Fur, 1, FC, Rep, 5, SE, Dim, 3, homing beacon.
Something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Well, oh, hands.
The corner of the label in this Mahdi seems to be loose.
Churlish.
Thinking it was the churlish Mahdi, he pops it in place. The room seems... Don't touch... It's Nigel's belt, complete with a... It's Nigel's... That's an interesting... This is...
Boy, this terrace is a nice change from the stink-laden confines of that apartment.
This appears to be a damping field controller unit. At least it looks... The cityscape stretches like an immense pestle.
Ah.
The city's...
Boy, this terrace...
Hey! Here's your fish!
Stellar, you picked up my homing signal. I can't believe I actually made it work.
Now no one can say I spent a little bit too much free time in the bathroom with Popular Tektronix.
Popular Tektronix? Who are you trying to kid? I know what you were reading in there.
What was that voice, Roger? I thought I heard something.
Pay no attention, Stellar. It was probably just a mechanical flatulence from the ship.
Anyway, we received a transmission from a nearby StarCon communications monitoring platform. They told us of some unusual signal originating from the area of polysorbate 60. We dialed it in, scanned the coordinates, and found you.
So what are you doing in this sector, Stellar? I thought you were stationed on the SCS Heinz-57.
I am. I had some leave accumulated and decided to take it. This is kind of embarrassing for me. I actually came to see you. I've been thinking about you a lot lately, and I was curious about what you'd been up to, so I decided to visit. And when I arrived here, I found you had just left for shore leave on polysorbate. I decided to follow you down and try and catch up with you. When I got to that dump of an inn and found you'd been kidnapped by those thugs, I searched around, but could find no trace of where they'd taken you. That certainly is a strange place. I decided to beam back up to the deep ship and try to locate you through your transport communicator signal. When I'd returned, I found you'd left it up here on the ship. I didn't know what to do then until that call came through from the StarCon installation. You're a lucky man, Wilco.
Yeah. I guess I am. If you hadn't gotten there when you did, I'd probably be a victim of some serious cement poisoning after those geeks chucked me off that balcony.
Terrace.
What?
Well, actually, it was a terrace.
Whatever. Thanks, Stellar. I sure owe you a big one.
I'd sure like to collect that sometime. But let's talk about you and me. Perhaps I could take you to dinner sometime soon.
I'd like that, Stellar. I'd like that a lot. The thing is that I kind of have a relationship with another, and I wouldn't feel very comfortable about that. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to her. Do you understand? Not to mention the fact I'd be wearing my sphincter for a necklace if Beatrice ever found out. I hope you do understand, Stellar. I like you. I think I even more than like you. I don't know where I got this inordinate sense of loyalty toward Beatrice.
I believe the word that explains that is fear.
Pound sand, pal. Please know that were the situation any different, I'd be making that date with you right now.
Oh, I see. Friends, co-workers, buddies. That's all this is gonna be. Guess I knew it somewhere inside. I just didn't want to believe it. I guess I admire your trueness of heart, however misplaced. But I feel much more inclined to damn you for it. I know that's selfish, but it's how I feel. I must admit it shows something more about you, more depth of character than I gave you credit for, Wilco. Well, I'm patient if you ever have a change of heart. Well, Roger, we should see what we can find out about those subhuman walking dumpsters that had such a keen interest in you. I don't suppose you heard their names.
No, but I did get this neat personal grooming assistant. It needs a little cleaning, but...
That's great, Roger. Don't clean it, though. Take it to the sick bay. There's a DNA analyzer there. We can scan the contents and perhaps use the results to get some names and information about these guys.
Good thinking, Stellar. I probably would have thought of it, eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have, Roger. Look, I've got to go to sick bay and get some treatment for my back after that not-so-graceful rescue.
Oh, yeah, that. Sorry. Well, I'll see you there.
Commander. I am receiving a message from StarCon.
Computer on screen.
Hello, Commander Kilbasa. I have a new directive for Deep Ship 86. This is actually a special request from me, Commander. As you may know, I served with Admiral Bluntfang during the Fallopian campaign. Admiral Bluntfang's widow is involved in building an off-world retirement community. They are almost finished, but have requested assistance from Deep Ship 86. Commander, please extend her every courtesy. You know, if things go well, this would not look too bad in your personnel file. I will let Sharpay, the Admiral's widow, explain further.
Hello, Commander Kilbasa. As Admiral Toolman mentioned, we have almost completed our project here, but could use StarCon assistance. To be honest, Commander, I pulled a few strings, but this is an important mission, I assure you. Since you are scheduled to be present for the dedication of the Golden Light Year's Retirement Center anyway, I hoped you might alter your travel plans to accommodate an earlier arrival. From the information provided me by my old friend, the Admiral, you would be able to warp here within a few hours. I require some assistance from your ship, as well as one of your crew members. Allow me to explain.
Meanwhile, back in sickbay. Apparently the doctor is waiting. Jabba is an interesting-looking fellow. That is, if you think a melted purple marshmallow with a... Stellar is getting treatment for her back injury. You should be ashamed of yourself for jumping on her like that, you baby. Many things rest on the center console. Apparently it's the D...
I'm sorry, Mr. Will. The sequencer is for use by Trek.
Ah, come on, Jabba. Be a pal. Who'll know?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
That's an...
Peace, Jabba. Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what, anytime you want it, one free plunge job, day or night. What do you say?
Well, I don't know.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jabba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just this once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
No problem. I'll be done in a flash.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
It feels slightly... It would... You look at it. It's your stand. It's your stand. It's your stand. What can be said? It probably seems... That would... You saw... It feels... Don't touch. This is the program card you got from sickbay.
You got what you wanted. I'm...
You pinch your...
Neat.
Nigel Rancid.
Oh, hi, Stellar.
They just finished treating me, and it is starting to feel better. However, I was told to lay off rescuing people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
I got some information from the sample I ran through the DNA sequencer. When I tried it, all I got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
I don't know for sure, Roger, but it seems a bit suspicious. When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body. In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. It sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Then again, when did you last change your socks?
If the files are sealed, then we have nothing to go on.
True. The only thing I can think of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
Well, actually, I read it can be done with the help of a cyber jack and headset and a cyberspace jack interface module. The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse. It said that the Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how we can gain any information about them.
So you think this cyberspace thing could work?
Well, I can only tell you what I've read. Navigating it takes a little patience, but I think it's the only option you have. I don't know if you'll locate a cyberjack and headset. Because of the delays in the project, they've become more like collector's items than marketable, functionable products.
We do have cyberjack modules built into the compost.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
That bites. I wonder where we could find one of those.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Attention! We are now orbiting the Delta Berxalon 5 colony as requested by StarCom. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCon properly. Kilbasa, out.
You better get moving since you don't know yet what your assignment is. I have some checking around to do. We'll talk later.
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon. Maybe we can work in that dinner.
Nice. Well, I'm going to bed.